Hello, this is Gihan Pereira. Thank you so much for joining me. I want to talk today about future trends and how you assess them. So when you see some new innovation or technology or some new idea, how do you know whether it's going to be the next big thing that's going to change the world, or it's just overblown hype that's going to fall in a heap in the next few months or maybe next few weeks, or somewhere in between, of course. Now, the bad news, and there's bad news and the good news, the bad news is we don't know for certain because we can't predict exactly what's going to come up in our future. The good news is there are some tools and techniques that you can use to assess the impact of an idea in the future and how plausible it is. And that'll help you make better decisions now. And in my Future Scenarios program, this is exactly what we do. So I work with leaders and their teams to assess what trends are coming up in the future and what impact it's going to have. We do a big scan first, and we identify lots and lots of trends. Then we assess them to see whether they're possible, plausible, or probable for our future. And then we choose the ones that are going to have the biggest impact on that organization or and their industry. And finally, we track those changes so that you can keep an eye on them and they feed into your strategy and your day-to-day operations. And today I want to talk specifically about that assess stage. And there are a number of tools we use to assess whether something's likely to have an impact in our future. And one of them is this very simple idea, but a very powerful idea, which is simply to ask, what problem does this solve? Or if it's in the future, what problem could this solve? If you're a client of mine, you're probably sick of me always saying to you, what problem does it solve? What goal does it help people achieve? But it's really important, because if it doesn't solve a real problem out there in the world, it's less likely to have an impact in the future. It's not 100% sure that it won't, but if it does solve a problem, then that means it's more likely to have momentum behind it. People will invest in it, more people will be interested in it, it's likely to grow faster. Let me give you a couple of examples. So cryptocurrency. Now, I'm not a financial advisor, so I'm not offering advice here, but cryptocurrency to me seems like it's not solving any real problems in the world. Now, some people will say it does. So some people will say the value of cryptocurrency is it's not tied to the central banking network in the world. So if we all start using cryptocurrency, we're no longer slaves of this global banking system. And I said, look, you're right, but is that really a problem that people are thinking about when they do online banking or they use their credit card? They think, oh, I'm a slave to the banking system. I wish I could use cryptocurrency instead. And I don't think it's enough of a problem. So I think cryptocurrency is a solution for which we don't have a problem. It's a cure for which there's no known disease. On the other hand, artificial intelligence, AI, is solving problems. It's solving problems in the future and it's even solving problems now. It's being used in pretty much every industry, in warehouses, in healthcare to do diagnosis of medical images, in communication businesses to write marketing copy, in legal firms and accounting practices, in auditing to find anomalies and potential fraud, and so on. So it's already solving problems. So I would say that's something that's very probable that it's going to be around for a long time to come. So the question is this trend, this technology, this innovation solving a problem? If it is, good. It's likely to be around in the future. If it's not, it's less likely, not necessarily unlikely. For example, when Apple first brought out the iPhone, what problem was it really solving? Were people really going around saying, I wish I had a computer in my pocket? No, they weren't. But Steve Jobs was a brilliant marketer and he convinced people that the iPhone was a must-have product. So it's not necessarily true that just because it doesn't solve an obvious or immediate problem that it'll fail, but it's a really good test. I'm going to be running an online presentation soon, a virtual masterclass, where I'll share some of the ideas like this. This is like I picked little bits and pieces from my Future Scenarios program, and I'm going to give you some really practical techniques that you can use for seeing into the future, for being able to look at trends in the future and then track them so that you can make better decisions now. This masterclass is free, it's open, it's public, and it's open to everybody. So feel free to attend, feel free to invite your colleagues to attend, and you're welcome to share this with other people in your network as well. You'll see the link here to register, and I hope you can make it. I'll see you in the future.